hemispheres. We talked about the gray matter. We're going to talk now about the white matter. So this is the second of the three basic regions of the cerebral hemispheres. These are responsible for communication between the cerebral areas, between the cortex and the lower central nervous system. They are white because they are mostly myelinated fibers. They are bundled together in structures we call tracts in the central nervous system. And they are going to be classified according to the direction the information they carry runs in. So they could be association areas, commissural, or projection fibers. Association fibers are horizontal running fibers that connect different parts of the same hemisphere. Commissural fibers are horizontal fibers that connect gray matter of the two different hemispheres, between hemispheres. And projection fibers are vertical fibers that connect hemispheres with the lower brain of the spinal cord. So association fibers, horizontal, means they're moving in the same region of the hemisphere. The commissural fibers are still horizontal because they're not carrying information down to the rest of the body. They're carrying it across to the other hemisphere, while the projection fibers are going to other places, either lower parts of the brain or the spinal cord, which would then carry the information to the body. So those projection fibers have an internal capsule. Those projection fibers that are on each side of the brainstem have a compact band that passes between the thalamus and some of the basal nuclei, and corona radiata, which are projection fibers that radiate throughout the cerebral white matter to the cortex. They are mapped out here. We can see them very clearly on this preserved brain as white versus gray. Again, here as well. The third part is the basal nuclei, and each hemisphere's basal nuclei include, among others, a caudate nucleus, a putamen, and the globus pallidus. And the globus pallidus is actually the caudate nucleus and the putamen together, making up striatum. They are closely associated with subthalamic nuclei in the diencephalon and the substantia nigra in the midbrain, which we will see again. Function of the basal nuclei, again, a lot of this information, some of it is from functional brain imaging, but a lot of it is from patients who have had injuries to these nuclei. We know they have an influence on muscle movements. We believe they have a role in cognition and emotion. They do regulate the intensity of slow, stereotyped movements. They help to filter out incorrect or inappropriate responses, and they inhibit the antagonistic and unnecessary movements. And again, one of the reasons we know this is because of two very devastating neurological diseases, Parkinson's disease and Huntington's disease, that affect these nuclei. And you can guess the symptoms based on what we believe they play a role in. And that would bring us to the diencephalon. So I am going to stop there and put this video with the other